skill set? You a run stopper, you a pass rusher?
Whatever is required at the moment. You know, Coach Kaczynski prepares us greatly, and Coach Doyle makes us just physical freaks.
All right, thanks.
Can you talk about just the competitiveness of other guys on the defensive line, how that affects you, every day, just the competition aspects you got against each other?
It's great. We love it. I mean, you got guys hollering at each other every rep, every snap. Not letting anybody let one up, and that's just across the board. Offense, defense, special teams. Everybody's here to pick each other up, and it really stems from our the way we're prepared. From our coaches, they really make sure we're staying on top of each other all the time, and gets to a point where you can almost coach yourselves.
Obviously, everybody knows, talked about Claiborne as a player, and Ferentz talked about him as a great leader as well. Can you talk about kind of his leadership skills as well?
I said we stay on top of each other, and he's the main one on that. I mean, he will not let anybody lag behind on anything. He's making sure he's first in everything. He's making sure he's going his hardest, and he's just giving a great example, as well as other guys as Christian, Sash, Stanzi, Donahue, everybody across the board. And like I said, it really stems from our coaching staff. We all aspire to be great men like Coach Ferentz, and it's great to see as a coach. That's how we try to be as football players.
Does Adrian ever get mad if you beat him at anything?
Excuse me?
Does Adrian get mad if you beat him in anything, in any sort of competitions or anything, any races or anything?
I mean, nobody gets mad per se, just because you have to be happy for somebody. If you're great at something, then you have somebody come and surpass you. That will let you know how great the future could possibly be. But Adrian, he's very competitive, as is everybody else. And it's like somebody beats you or something. It's like, oh man, that's great. I'm happy for you, but I'm gonna make sure I get you next time. And that's how we continue to feed off of each other. No problem.
What do you do going into a season when you've got these kind of expectations, but seemingly the home schedule to maybe live up to them? How do you counteract that in your head?
I mean, there's expectations every year, and like I said earlier to another reporter, the hay's never in the barn. We feel as though if you prepare hard enough, tackle any obstacle.
What along the defensive line, if you had to pick on a weakness that other teams are going to try to exploit, do you see any weakness, any soft point?
I mean, I have no idea. I feel as though the Coach Kaczynski prepares us so well. Between Coach Kaczynski, Coach Doyle, and Coach Ferentz, and Coach Parker's defensive schemes, I personally, I just don't feel as though there's any weakness. Love Iowa. We all feel the same way about it.
Coach Doyle talks a lot about his conditioning and then getting down into the fourth quarters. Summer conditioning always runs on a little long. Was it easier this summer, seeing how it paid off last year with the close wins?
I mean, it's never easy. It's never easy. And like I said before, the hay's never in the barn. And, I mean, that's just something we love to live by. It's always worried about getting better. The hotter it is, that's great. Works even that makes you work that much harder. Pushes you that much harder. Makes that much mentally, physically, and emotionally stronger.
Cool. Thanks.